These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. You ready for takeoff?
Absolutely.
Good. Hoping to beat the might of the Eggheads today are How Pals. Now, this team of engineers all work together at Heathrow Airport. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Pat and I'm an asset manager.
Hi, I'm Georgie and I'm a systems specialist.
Hi, I'm Danny and I'm an engineer and maintenance manager.
Hi, I'm Hayley and I'm an asset integrator.
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm a maintenance manager.
So, Pat and team, hello.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Good to see you. And HAL, Pat, stands for what?
It's Heathrow Airport Limited and it's just the pals, so we're friends at Heathrow.
Good. And you all do different things like engineering and heating
Yeah, so
and cooling.
across quite a broad range, but basically we're the engineering managers who look after Heathrow Airport.
You keep the whole airport ticking over mechanically.
Absolutely.
And stuff sometimes goes wrong and you have to sort that out?
Yeah, there's challenges out there, as they say, but yeah, we're on top of it most of the time.
But it's such a huge airport. It's one of the biggest in the world. Do you actually run into each other in a working day?
Yes, we do. We catch up most of the day. Most of us are quite close working
Right.
together.
Oh, lovely. OK. And do you get a chance in all of that to quiz?
Yes, so every now and then we have a quiz at Starlight and we've done well, but we'll leave it there. We don't want to give too much away.
A quiz at Starlight? you say?
Absolutely.
What's
yeah.
Starlight?
Starlight's a building, so one of the main buildings we work at.
Is that socials that go on there?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Who supplies the questions?
It's whoever sort of organises it. So there's a team of people who put questions out there, but they try and trip us up.
And I can see you don't want to give away your tactics.
Not too much.
Good thinking. Good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for the team that visits. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. Now, HAL Pals, the Eggheads have actually won the last 16 in a row. Is that good or bad?
It's good.
I think it's good.
That's very
I think
good,
it's good because it means the jackpot is £17,000. So the last 16 teams have all failed to win the cash. You can now. Lovely big jackpot. Would you like to crack on?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. So we're on the runway. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of film and TV. And you can choose between Beth, Chris, Pat, Barry and Dave.
OK, team.
There they go.
I think we're. I think we know. We settled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danny.
Yeah, and so I'd like to do that one, please, Jeremy.
OK, Danny, engineering maintenance. Whose bolts would you like to loosen?
I'd like to take on Chris, please.
Good stuff. Danny from HAL Pals taking on Chris in round 1 from the Eggheads. Please, to ensure there's no conferring, go to our question room. Danny, film and TV, and you have the choice of going first or second.
I think first, Jeremy, please.
Good luck. In which film does Tim Robbins play the role of Andy Dufresne? Is it The Player, The Shawshank Redemption, or Bull Durham?
Well, this is quite good, Jeremy, because I sat down and watched the film only 2 weeks ago. It's The Shawshank Redemption.
It is indeed The Shawshank Redemption. Well done. Chris. No likey, no lighty is a catchphrase particularly associated with which TV show? No likey, no lighty. Take Me Out, Saturday Night Takeaway, or The Generation Game?
Oh, no likey, no lighty. Sounds like something Anton Deck might say, so I'll say Saturday Night Takeaway.
Oh, your colleagues don't like that at all. What's happening, Eggs?
No likey, no lighty, take me out.
Take Me Out is the answer, so you're ahead here, Danny. Which of these is the title of a film released in 2016? Oliver Twist and Vampires, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, or Crime and Punishment and Werewolves?
So this is a difficult one then, Jeremy, because I don't know any of those film titles. So I can't see it being a really good film being Oliver Twist and Vampires, really. So I think maybe Crime and Punishment and Werewolves, Jeremy, to guess.
The answer is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And I guess it's hard to actually guess that one, really.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
Anyone seen that?
I've seen it and I really enjoyed it. It was strange to see all the Bennett sisters with knives and swords.
So it starts off conventional and then they turn into
It
zombies?
actually follows the plot of Pride and Prejudice quite closely. surprisingly.
There's also another one called Sense and Sensibility in Sea Monsters.
Oh, right. OK, Chris. The Little Tramp was a famous film character created by which star of the silent era? This is to catch up, Chris. Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, or Charlie Chaplin?
That was the famous character of Charlie Chaplin with the baggy trousers and the cane and the bowler hat.
Charlie Chaplin is quite right, Chris. OK, you're level now. Danny, what model of Ford car was driven by the detective Gene Hunt in the TV series Life on Mars? Focus, Cortina, or Sierra?
I'm glad it was the Focus and Sierra that have come up, because it was definitely the Ford Cortina.
Yes, it was the Cortina. Well done. Do you remember it?
Yes, but I was balanced between a Capri or a Cortina, so I'm glad a Capri didn't come up as an option.
OK, Chris, to stay in. The 2016 Martin Scorsese film Silence is set mainly in which country? Chris, Brazil, India, or Japan?
Oh, yeah, it's about the tribulations of Catholic missionaries in Japan.
Japan is correct. Well done. So level after 3 questions with 2 correct answers each. And we go to sudden death now, Danny. Gets a bit harder because I don't give you different options.
Fair enough.
Which band were the principal performers on the soundtrack to the 1977 film Saturday Night Fever?
So I'm going to go Bee Gees, Jeremy.
Yep, absolutely right. Some great songs on it as well. OK, Chris, your question to stay in. A conveyor belt with a range of items, including a cuddly toy, was a regular feature of which long-running Saturday night game show?
Didn't they do well? It's the Generation Game.
It is, with Bruce Forsyth, the Generation Game. Danny, sudden death. The wrestler Dwayne Johnson and the former Pussycat Dolls singer Nicole Scherzinger both provided voices for which 2016 animated Disney film?
Oh, my kids want to see this. I can see the film. It's set in Hawaii, I think, if it's the one I'm thinking of. I want to say Milo. Don't think so.
Milo?
Yes.
No, Moana.
Oh, right.
Moana, I mean, it looks like Mona on the page, doesn't it?
Yeah,
M-O-A-N-A.
I could see the M, but
Yeah, I could tell the M was strong there. All right, Chris has a chance to take the round. Which long-running ITV travel program presented by Judith Chalmers shared its name with a 1975 Pink Floyd album?
That is Wish You Were Here, Jeremy.
Did you need the Pink Floyd album
Didn't
to
need
answer
the
that?
Pink Floyd album, no.
Wish You Were Here is the right answer. Well done, Chris. Danny, sorry, beaten by our egghead and knocked out. Early stage of the competition, though. Please return to us, gentlemen, and we'll play round 2. As it stands, Hal Pals have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any so far. The next subject for you is history. Who would like this?
So, as we
that
discussed.
history.
Yeah? Rick?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
yeah. Who are you going to go for?
Rick?
Yeah, I'll take it. And Dave?
Very good. Straight there. Rick from Hal Pals to take on Tremendous Knowledge Dave from the Eggheads on history. Please, gentlemen, take your positions. So, Rick, your surname is Ludovici or Vici?
Ludovici.
Right. Italian.
Italian, very much so, yeah.
And you had a bit of a problem in Italy once?
Yeah, well, I used to live there for a time, so I was a resident. I went there on a business trip, and one morning, when I was mid-30s, the police were knocking on the door because I hadn't done my military service. Tracked me down.
So, I see. So they have a look at the passport and they think, wait a minute, we've got no record here.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
So you go to the police station.
Well, yeah, so I was slightly disappointed to be woken up so early, but even more disappointed when they realised how old I was, and mid-30s was already past it, so unfortunately. So double disappointment.
So they let you off.
It let me off, yeah.
So they said, OK, I'm sorry, you're too old to be in the army anyway, so forget it.
Just wasn't good enough.
You're up against Dave here. On history, Rick, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please. Thank you.
Here is your first question. Approximately how old was Joan of Arc when she was executed in 1431? 19, 39, or 59?
I believe she was young, and I would argue probably based on that list, I would say very young. So I would go for 19.
19 is correct.
Yeah. Well done, Rick.
What was she executed for? Barry, you know?
She was executed for dressing as a man and wearing trousers.
Is that right?
Yes, that was the capital offence that they actually managed to charge her with.
But they'd taken against her anyway.
Oh, very much so.
For what reason?
Oh, she led the French to recapture Orleans against the English.
OK, Dave, your question. Which of these historical events took place first? The birth of Cleopatra, Norman invasion of England, or the Great Fire of London?
Don't think it's the Great Fire of London in 66. Don't think it's the Norman invasion of England. I'm going to go for the birth of Cleopatra, please.
Birth of Cleopatra is quite right, Dave. On we go, back to you, Rick. Which German city was the location for the trials of many Nazi war criminals after World War II? Munich, Dresden, or Nuremberg?
I think I guessed this one, hopefully, before the answers came up. Nuremberg, I'd say.
Yes, that's right, the Nuremberg trials.
Well done, Rick.
Dave, the brother of the Wild West outlaw Jesse James, who was himself a notorious bank robber, was known by what name? Harvey, Frank, or Wyatt?
I think it's Frank.
Frank James.
Yep.
You got it right, well done. Rick, here's your question to take the lead. Which of these was a major battle of the English Civil Wars? Bannockburn, Stamford Bridge, or Marston Moor?
Well, it's definitely not Bannockburn. Stamford Bridge seems more familiar, so I think I'm just going to go with Stamford Bridge.
And I've definitely heard of Stamford Bridge. There's sea challenges, is this right?
I'm not too sure.
not
He's
too
right.
sure, yeah.
Definitely not Bannockburn, but
Not Bannockburn in
No.
Scotland. Eggheads, what do you think?
It's Marston Moor.
And what was Stamford Bridge?
Stamford Bridge was a battle that Harold II fought just before he went to fight William the Conqueror.
So we're talking hundreds of years before.
Well, yeah, 1066 was Stamford Bridge. Marston Moor, 1644.
Marston Moor is the answer here from the English Civil War.
Okay.
Okay, Dave, you can take the round with this. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the heir to the throne of which realm at the time of his assassination in 1914? Austria-Hungary, Piedmont, Sardinia, or Prussia?
Never really got hold of this. I don't think it's Piedmont, Sardinia. Don't think it's Prussia. I've got to go, but for some reason, probably a brain freeze again. Not happy with it, but Austria-Hungary.
He was Austrian, wasn't he? Eggs? Or...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right, Dave. Well done. Austria-Hungary is the answer. Sorry, Rick. Knocked out by our egg.
Had to happen.
Well, no, you were running in very close there, but you won't be in the final now. Please return to us, rejoin your teams. So as it stands, Hal Pals have lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any. And your next subject is geography. So which of you would like this?
oh, we should just make it
Yeah, so during the, I think Hayley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'll take that.
Okay, Haley. See, I think an airport is a good geographical connection. You've got those signboards up the whole time. Against which Egghead? You've got Barry, Pat or Beth left.
Barry, please.
All right, he loves a run out. Haley from Hal Pals to take on Barry. And of course, you travel, Barry, don't you?
Just a little.
Yeah. Please go to the question room now. Well, I suppose one of the nice things about an airport is how many people pass through it, Haley.
It is. It's a different world every day. You get to see so many people, so many different cultures, and every day is really enjoyable to go to work.
Oh, how lovely. And do you meet celebs there?
I do. In my previous role, I've met quite a few celebrities. I met the Beckhams, Sarah Jessica Parker, Lewis Hamilton. So you do get to meet quite a few celebrities.
And was your previous role then to do with getting them through the airport in a way that was good for them?
My previous role was in security, so you were interacting with passengers and the likes of celebrities are travelling through all the time.
And you're planning now for your upcoming wedding?
Can't wait, both of us. Really excited.
Well, we wish you well.
Thank you.
Hope Barry doesn't spoil it. Barry, pressure's on you. Haley, he's been everywhere, but then you're aware of, as you say, the way the world works, being at Heathrow. So I wish you well with this. Good luck, Haley, on geography. Would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
And here we go. Which of these countries is largest by area? Australia, Ireland, or Canada?
In terms of area, my initial reaction would be to take Ireland out of the equation, work on Australia and Canada. In my head, I'm looking at a map. I'm trying to think of a map at the moment of the two areas. I think if I had to make a decision, it would be Canada.
Barry, Australia's big, but not that big.
It's true, but Canada's the second largest country in the world, so perfectly good answer.
Well done. Canada is correct. Nice start, Hayley. Good stuff. OK, Barry, what is the approximate distance as the crow flies between London and the New Zealand capital, Wellington? 1,700 miles, 11,700 miles, or 111,700 miles?
Well, Wellington is close to the Antipodes, which is the point opposite us on the other side of the Earth. And so I would think that it would be about 11,700 miles.
You're absolutely right. 11,700 is the correct answer. You would have known that, Hayley.
It would have been my guess, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just the most logical response.
All right, here's your question. Which of these motorways runs from the Forth Road Bridge to Perth, the most northerly point on the British motorway network? Is it the M4, M62, or M90?
So, Joe, it's definitely not the M4. That's around the airport. I use it every day to commute to work. The M62 and the M90, it's going to be a complete guess between the two of them. For me, down the middle, M62.
M62 is your answer. Let's just check on this side. Is that right?
No,
I believe it's the M90.
We think it's the M90.
M90.
Yeah, it's M90, actually. I've got a feeling M62 is around Manchester or Warrington, is it? Or
Yep.
Liverpool to Hull, basically.
Yeah.
Liverpool to Hull. Right. Barry to take the lead. In which county is the seaside town of Southwold? Barry, Lancashire, Suffolk, or Cornwall?
Southwold.
Southwold.
I believe Southwold is in Suffolk.
It is in Suffolk. You're right. So Barry has taken the lead. And that means, Hayley, you've got to get this one right. What is the capital of the Republic of Mauritius? Is it Mombasa, Port Louis, or Dar es Salaam?
I'm sure I have read it somewhere. I used to be a travel agent as well many years ago. And I'm sure I've read it somewhere that it is Port Louis, please, Jeremy.
Port Louis is the correct answer. Well done. Do you know the other two, Mombasa?
Mombasa's Kenya.
Yeah, that's right.
Dar es Salaam, I would have taken Middle East, somewhere like Qatar.
I think Africa as well, Dar es Salaam. Any of you challengers know where that is?
No.
No.
Barry, Dar es Salaam?
Tanzania.
Tanzania, so Africa as well. All right, you got that right, Hayley. Well done. All right, so Barry, this for the round. Langley, home of the Central Intelligence Agency, is located in which US state? Is it Virginia, Pennsylvania, or Kentucky?
Well, every time I see a US film involving the CIA, they always seem to say Langley, Virginia. So Virginia is my answer.
Virginia is the right answer, Barry. 3 out of 3. Sorry, Hayley.
That's okay.
It's the
Barry's done
M90.
great.
The
Yes.
M90 knocked you out there. Come back to us. We've got one more round to play. OK, it's looking tricky for Hal Pals. They've lost 3 brains from the final round. The Eggheads are still all sitting there. They haven't lost a brain yet. The next subject, and the last before the final, is food and drink. So, Georgie or Pat?
I think I'll take this one.
Absolutely. Yep.
OK,
And-
Georgie, our system specialist, and you can have Pat or Beth.
I'll go with Beth, please.
Wonderful. So, Georgie from Hal Pals taking on Beth from the Eggheads on food and drink. And for the last time, please go to our question room. So, you're adventurous, Georgie, I know.
A little bit.
You skydived on your 16th birthday. I didn't do that, that's for sure.
Yeah, you have to be 16 to be able to do it. So I had to wait, and it was my birthday present.
How was it?
It was amazing. Best thing I've ever done.
Oh, brilliant. And then swam with wild dolphins in New Zealand.
Yeah, that was very exciting as well. It was a pretty amazing experience, really. The sea's so deep, you just keep staring down.
Well, here we are. I hope this is another one for your bucket list, being on Eggheads.
Definitely.
Is food and drink your thing?
Ish, sometimes.
All right, well, you're up against Beth, and Georgie, you can choose whether you go first or second.
I think everyone's gone first so far. I will go first, please.
Here we go, good luck. Which type of alcoholic drink is particularly associated with the Spanish city of Jerez de la Frontera? Is it brandy, sherry, or port?
I believe I had a conversation over Christmas that brandy was French. So I might rule that one out. Oh, I'm really not sure. I'll go with port.
It's actually sherry. I'm sorry. Okay, Beth, your question. Which of these cheeses originated in the Netherlands? Gouda, Gorgonzola, or Gruyere?
Gruyere, I think, is a Swiss cheese, actually. Gorgonzola, I'm not sure if it's country, possibly Italian, but Gouda is definitely Dutch.
Gouda is Dutch. Well done, from the Netherlands. Okay, Georgie. The dessert known as strudel is a speciality of which of these countries? Strudel. Italy, Spain, or Austria?
It's a warm dessert. I'm going to have to go with Austria.
Austria's quite right. Well done. Well done. Okay. Beth, the dip terra masalata is made with which chief ingredient? Chickpeas, fish roe, or tomatoes?
Well, I can honestly say this is not one of my favourite dips, as I have a thing against fish and fish eggs, and it's made with fish roe.
You're right, fish roe is correct. Georgie, you need to get this one right to stay in. What is the main ingredient, along with tomato, ricotta, and basil, in the Sicilian dish pasta alla norma? Aubergine, bacon, or courgette?
I can't really picture it being bacon. I know at Italian restaurants quite often you get aubergine starters. It will come with cheese and tomato. So I think I'm going to go with aubergine.
I love your logic. You're quite right. Well done, Georgie. Great stuff. Great quizzing. Okay, Beth, over to you. The French dessert wine called Chateau Rusec is a Premier Cru Classé from which appellation contrôlée area? Is it Anjou, Margaux, or Sauternes?
Anjou is in the Loire Valley, and that's known for its rosés. Margaux, I'm not sure about, but Sauternes are known for their dessert wines, so I'll have to go with Sauternes.
Playing with some confidence and certainty here. Eggheads, is she right? Sauternes?
Yes, I think so.
Probably is, yeah.
Yeah, they like this. Sauternes is the right answer. 3 out of 3. Beth, well done. Oh, sorry, Georgie. They're playing too well today, aren't they?
They really are.
This is annoying. They're on form. So you've been knocked out as well. Please come back to us and we'll see what happens in the final round as we play for £17,000. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Georgie, Danny, Hayley and Rick from Hal Pals, would you please now leave the studio? OK, Pat, you're playing to win Hal Pals £70,000. Big moment here. Dave, Barry, Arpat, Chris and Beth, you're playing for something which money can't buy, which is, of course, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time, they're all general knowledge. You can confer. Pat, I'm sorry that doesn't help you in the situation you're in. But the question is, can your one brain defeat these 5? And it has been done before. So I wish you well.
Thank you.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
OK. Which creatures from Greek mythology were often depicted with snakes for hair and turned to stone anyone who looked at them? Sirens, gorgons, or harpies?
I'm pretty confident that it's the Gorgons.
Gorgons is right. Well done. OK, Eggheads, your question. Which of these people was a singer and guitarist with the band Velvet Underground? Lou Reed, Iggy Pop, or David Bowie?
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed.
Yeah, Reed, yep. Happy with that.
That's Lou Reed.
It is Lou Reed. Well done. They all work closely together, of course. OK. Your question now, Pat. Alan Pardew was sacked as the manager of which football club in December 2016? Crystal Palace, Newcastle United, or West Ham United?
I think I'm going to rule out Crystal Palace. cut between two here, but I'm going to go West Ham.
West Ham. Let's see, Dave is our go-to man on football.
Well, he's managed all three, but in 2016 it was Crystal Palace sacked him.
Yeah, Crystal Palace is the answer. The Eggheads have a chance now to take the lead. What name is given to the modern practice of publicly expressing opinions or sentiments intended to demonstrate one's good character or the moral correctness of your position on a particular issue? Is it humble bragging, virtue signalling, or self-licensing?
Virtue signalling.
All right.
Humble bragging. Humble bragging is saying stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. It's virtue signalling.
Yeah?
Would you-
I don't know on this
I've
one.
never heard of
Well, one
it.
of those I've heard is
I'll
humble
say
bragging.
so.
I'm more
Humble bragging.
politically correct than you are. Yeah. That's virtue signalling. Yeah.
And you've heard of it, Chris?
Yeah.
Of course, we never do any of these, do we?
Would you want to get the definition again?
Yeah, can we have the question again, please?
What name is given to the modern practice of publicly expressing opinions or sentiments intended to demonstrate one's good character or the moral correctness of your position on a particular issue?
I suppose it
Does
doesn't
sound more like
it doesn't
that,
really
yes,
suit
doesn't it?
humble bragging.
No, it's not humble bragging.
Are we with
Virtue
that?
signalling.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we happy with
absolutely.
Yes.
That's virtue signalling.
You've had some doubts about this.
Yeah.
Virtue signalling is the right answer.
Well done, Chris.
So, Pat, you need to get this right to stay in.
Okay.
Leonard Lewis, or as he was also known, Leonard of Mayfair, was a leading name in which field in the 20th century? Architecture, fashion photography, or hairdressing?
Well, name what Mayfair's famous for. Trying to eliminate the three there. Is it going to be a guess? For Mayfair, I'm going to go with hairdressing.
Let's see if our eggheads know eggs.
That's what I would have gone
That's
for.
what I would go for.
Yeah.
Somewhere of somewhere.
Yeah.
Leonard of Mayfair was indeed in hairdressing. You're playing well, Pat.
Thank you.
Okay, 2 out of 3 for our challenger. If the eggheads get this right, they've taken the contest. Little Lord Fauntleroy is a popular children's story by which writer? Francis Hodgson Burnett, Mark Twain, or Charles Kingsley?
Francis Hodgson Burnett.
Burnett.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy with that?
Definitely hit.
That's Francis Hodgson Burnett.
Well, it's not Mark Twain. And it's also not Charles Kingsley. The answer is Francis Hodgson Burnett. We say congratulations, eggheads, you've won again. They are on very good
Oh
form,
no,
Pat.
yeah, unstoppable.
And they got very few questions wrong today. I think there was just a little trip by Chris, wasn't there, at the start? So I'm sorry you met them on such titanic form.
No problem. No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Very much so.
Got you
Very
out
much
of the airport for a day. Commiserations, team. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
Well played, Hal Pals, but the Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, it seems. This winning streak continues. It does mean the challengers won't go home with the £17,000, so the money rolls over to the next show. And Eggheads, we're getting close to the point where we wonder if you will have done 20 wins in a row. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. There'll be £18,000 to play for. Until then, goodbye.